Tonight, the Republican presidential candidates will debate for the kind of third time, I guess. It'll be live from the Coors Event Center at the University of Colorado in Boulder, Colorado, which is, it fits 11,000 people. 10,000 of those seats will be empty. There will be a crowd of about 1,000 people. The debate is at 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll be able to watch it on TV on CNBC. There's also a second tier debate. Some call it the kids table. Some call it the junior varsity squad. Some call it the candidates who should have dropped out already. You call it whatever you want. That'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern. It'll be Santorum, Jindal, Pataki, and Lindsey Graham. Coors does sound like the right name for the stadium for the Republican debate, Lewis, given the Coors family's connection to white supremacy. Adolf Coors allowing Ku Klux Klan meetings and cross burnings on brewery property in Colorado. And there's a whole long list. It's all fitting together very nicely for this third debate.
Yes, but Dave, Boulder is what are politics like in Boulder?
Oh, Boulder is progressive, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, almost everything perfectly aligned here.
Update on the polls before we go into this third debate. The most recent Real Clear Politics average of recent polls has Donald Trump at 26.8, in spite of one poll that shows Ben Carson leading. In the average of polls, Trump has around 27%, Ben Carson in second place with 22%, Marco Rubio 9, Jeb Bush 7. Everybody else is very, very low. So what are the things to pay attention to in tonight's debate? This has been and continues to be the main question, Lewis. Is there any substantive policy debate? Are there discussions about the merits of policy A, B, and C, and who would do which and how? I'm still waiting for that in the Republican debates.
That would be nice. Yeah, we didn't get into too much detail last time. I guess more detail than I thought there would be, but still not nearly enough.
I will also be paying attention to whether the dynamic has changed at all now that Donald Trump and Ben Carson have had quite a while at the forefront, comprising almost 50% of the total primary electorate at this point. What will the dynamic be like given their clearly somewhat well-ingrained spot at the lead of this campaign? And does Jeb Bush reinvigorate his campaign, or does his campaign die tonight? I think that that's a real question. And Jeb Bush, I think, is the guy for whom tonight's debate may be make or break.
Yeah, he knows he needs to come out swinging tonight. And what I'm curious to see more than anything is that now that Carson is in the lead, last time Trump was in the lead, and Trump was clearly given more time than anybody.
Well, but again, Carson is in the lead in one poll. In the average, it's still Trump but within the margin of error, who knows?
Will he be given more time?
Right.
Is my question.
Yeah, but he said at one of the first debates, he's glad he was allowed to speak. So we'll see. He wasn't sure they were going to go back to him. So tonight is the third Republican debate. The next and fourth Republican debate will be Tuesday, November 10th. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then the next Democratic debate is going to be just three people are left: Martin O'Malley, Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders. Lincoln Chafee, people not feeling the chafe, they're gone. Jim Webb, I guess people didn't like it when he sort of laughed about killing someone in Vietnam. He's out. The next Democratic debate will be Saturday, November 14th. I will have instant reaction tonight on YouTube after the debate. Lewis, I'm sure you are very, very much excited about this debate.
Well, Dave, I'm more excited about my trip to Greece coming up, but the debate is also a little bit exciting, yeah.